Nick Rutter from McKee's 37. I'm here in the trademark garage with my friend Yvan Lacroix.
Glad to be back.
I know, it's been a couple years.
Oh, you know, that virus thing.
Yeah, the COVID-19 pandemic, there were some issues traveling across the border because you're from Canada.
Exactly, yeah. And,
but
you know, the bus doesn't fly well, so.
Yeah. Well, you're here, and I'm glad that you were here legally. We didn't have to smuggle you. And,
exactly,
just kidding.
Yeah.
But Ivan's here for our open house and our detailing expo, which by the time you watch this video, all the photos will have been aired on Facebook and YouTube and social media, videos, Instagram, everything in between. Ivan's going to be here, and we're going to be teaching some detailing classes.
Yep.
Wayne Carini's going to be here. We have a car show. It's a phenomenal event. So if you're local to the area, meaning the state of Florida, because it's worth the drive.
You missed it.
You missed it. However, we have a Cars and Coffee the first Saturday of every month. So stop by and check it out.
And I've seen pictures of the Cars and Coffee. It is a very successful event.
It is.
But Bob McKee only puts on successful events.
Yes, he's the greatest showman.
Yeah.
But we're here today at our new building because we moved recently.
Yeah. The new place is fantastic. If you have the chance to come to Stewart, this is a must-see location for any detailer. The showroom is beautiful. Can't wait to teach a few classes here.
Yeah.
But like I said, the showroom is spectacular, and the warehouse is like almost double what you had before.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We have a lot more space, and with that space, because we are bursting out of the old warehouse, and we need to fill it with products. So we have our graphene collection, the latest and greatest that we developed, and it sits at the top of the hierarchy for the McKee's 37 line. And I know that you've got some questions about it because you've heard a lot about graphene.
Well, I've worked a lot with graphene. I've heard a lot about it, and people have a lot of questions.
They do.
First of all, is graphene just a buzzword?
It's not. So we were slow to jump on the graphene bandwagon because, as you can imagine, like anything else, there's a lot of companies that see an opportunity for just marketing.
Yes.
So it's like, hey, slap a label on it, whether it's ketchup or if it's car care or if it's whatever it is. So we really spent our time making sure everything was, number one, authentic, that, hey,
exactly,
is it worth formulating this, and number one, and number two, is it going to be good enough to justify a all-new collection? Because like I mentioned, this sits at the top.
Right,
of
just
the
about the
hierarchy.
SiO2 collection.
Correct, yeah, and a lot of guys ask, because not everyone is experts like we are with the formulas and all these keywords.
Yeah.
Essentially, graphene is like SiO2 ceramic on steroids.
Exactly, it's an over-animated, much stronger, much better product.
Yes, yeah, the graphene oxide, it forms a much stronger bond to the paint.
Yes.
So something like the graphene paint coating, for example, which you can apply to the wheels, the paint, the windshield, pretty much all exterior surfaces. This guy lasts 5 years.
Yeah.
And that's incredible.
Right, especially for a product you can buy yourself. So you don't need to have a professional install it.
Yes.
And you don't just have the coating, you've got a whole line of products.
Yeah.
And I'll start with probably the one I may never use, but I know a lot of people use it. So I'm a professional detailer, I teach efficiency. So for me, soap is like a paste wax. It's something you use to relax. It's not something you use to work with. And I'm all about work. So, but nonetheless, you've got the graphene auto wash.
Yep.
Now, one thing that, from a chemistry point of view, that I hear a lot of chemists that I work with talking about is you can't put graphene oxide in a water-based formulation, or they haven't figured it out yet. But apparently you have.
We sure have, and that's been a common question. I know you asked me that question when you came down here, because in a nutshell, graphene oxide, it's soluble in solvent-based formulas.
Yeah, hydrocarbon solvents.
Yeah, there you go. Once you come up with the correct formulation, so it's not just as simple as take some graphene oxide and dump it in a product.
No.
There's a lot more to it than that, but nobody else has been able to crack the nut of how to put graphene oxide in a water-based formulation like a car wash, for example.
Exactly. Now, speaking of car washes, my favorite product, the Rinseless Wash.
The Rinseless Wash, and this too is a water-based formula, and how we manage to incorporate graphene oxide into water-based formulas is we came up with a proprietary way of an emulsion system that the graphene oxide can be water soluble. So nobody else, to my knowledge, has figured that out, and it is the real deal. There is the graphene juice in here.
Exactly.
And when you use the product, the shine speaks for itself.
Oh, definitely. And an easy product to use, a lot of fun. Well, like the other rinseless washes in the McKee's line, they all work very well. And they're not a soap-based product, they're an actual polymer-based product. So you're not going to get suds. Now if you want suds, is this foam cannon usable?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. So those of us that want suds, you can have suds.
Yes, yeah. That the auto wash produces a mountain of suds. And here's another common misconception. Do I have to have a graphene coating on my vehicle to use graphene products?
No.
Not at all. So if you're watching this and you've got a jar of paste wax that's 30 years old that you've applied to your vehicle and you want to buy some graphene, you can buy it.
Go right ahead. And if you have an SiO2 based coating on your vehicle that you had professionally applied or you applied yourself, this will just enhance it. It'll just make it better.
Yep.
And speaking of protection, this is a fun product to use.
That's the graphene detail spray. That's one of my most commonly used. Now I know that you're a rinseless wash junkie.
Yeah.
And if you followed Yvan Lacroix the last couple of years, you've seen him on YouTube, on Facebook. You might have been to one of his classes, and he loves rinseless washes. So we agree on a lot of things.
Right.
And I love rinseless washes too, but the way he loves rinseless washes, I love traditional washes.
Right.
He likes to show guys how to work efficiently. I like to relax.
Exactly.
I like the suds. You like the rinseless wash.
Right. But the graphene detail spray we both agree on.
We both agree on, we both agree these are great, but
Yeah.
you know, when he's washing his car, he'll use this guy. When I'm washing mine, I use this. But the detail spray, you know, it just produces this glow, Ivan. You've used it, you know, I showed it to you on this Audi right here.
Yeah.
And it's unbelievable. And we've all used the detail spray, and you might be thinking, well, so what? You know, it's a detail spray. How good can it be?
It's excellent. And great drying aid as well.
Yes, yes, yeah. And a drying aid is, if you don't know, after you wash your vehicle while you're drying it, what are you doing?
You're basically scratching it because water is a solvent. So if you use the rinseless, you may not need this. With a soap, you definitely need some form of drying lubricant. Now, everybody calls it a drying aid, but in reality, it's a drying lubricant to keep your towel from scratching the paint.
Yep. So it's an added layer of protection. So if you want to get down that deep in the nitty gritty,
Yeah.
you know, having that lubrication layer, like you mentioned, it helps your towel glide across the surface. But more importantly, which most of you care about, is that it makes the paint glossier and slicker.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
The ultimate goal.
And that, that feeling that it has is just wonderful. Now,
Yeah.
those of you that like playing in water all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Hydrographing ceramic. Now, if you've used McKee's Hydro Blue, this is like Hydro Blue, not just on steroids. It's hyperactive.
It's hyperactive. It's taking that 572 big block crate motor and it's slapping a massive supercharger on it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if you like Hydro Blue, or if you love Hydro Blue, by all means try the Hydrographing. It's absolutely phenomenal. And you guys have watched my video. If you haven't watched it, check out the link below where I showcase it on my Mustang, and it makes water just run away.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Super hydrophobic and glossy and slick. And if you're not familiar with Hydro Blue, the Hydrographing, it's a version of it with graphene,
Right.
aptly named, and you apply this to your vehicle after you wash it while it's still wet. So you just wash the car, not the Ivan method, because you don't use it with a rinseless wash,
Right, yeah.
but with a traditional wash, and you hold the Hydrographing in one hand and your hose nozzle in the other, working one panel at a time. You spray the Hydrographing on and you rinse it off. And it forms a bond to the paint and it causes the surface to be extremely hydrophobic.
Exactly.
Water runs off. It
Makes drying easier.
It makes drying super easy, and it leaves the paint slick and well protected. And you can use it standalone or as a booster to your favorite wax, sealant, or coating.
Right. And one thing I really like about the Hydro line of products is doing wheels. If you have those complicated, hard to get into wheels, it's just fantastic.
Exactly. So if you have a brake dust laden sports car like this Audi here,
Yes.
you got these beautiful wheels. They look great when they're clean, but
Yeah.
with the softer performance pads, they produce a ton of brake dust. This makes it so much easier.
Right. And if you have a classic car with spoke wheels, you need this. It's not even a question.
Yeah.
Now, before going a little too much further, the actual ceramic, so
Yep,
graphene.
yep.
Now, I heard rumors that this will last 5 years.
So we formulate this graphene coating. It is a 5-year coating.
Right.
I like to joke around and say it's 5 years, 1 month, 3 days, and 12 hours.
Okay, yeah.
Just no one gets that specific. So
No, exactly.
if you've ever talked to me on the phone, I kind of joke around like that. And
Yeah.
And the way this works is we took our regular ceramic coating,
Right.
which is 3 years, and to be honest with you, Ivan, even that's very conservative.
Yeah, you're not getting oversold. Trust me.
No.
Yeah.
You're getting a lot of bang for your buck.
Yeah.
Especially this right here is our 120 mil which is 4 ounces.
Right.
In the coating world, that's massive. That's like buying a 55-gallon drum of car wash.
Yeah, this is like 6, 7 cars.
Yes, and for the same price, mind you, as what the other guys charge.
Yeah,
not less expensive.
For a 30 milliliter bottle.
Yes,
so, yeah.
yes.
And super easy to apply. It's fun. If you're stressed about applying a ceramic coating, don't be. If you can apply a wax, this is actually easier.
It is, and he's being sincere as well, because with the coatings, you do go through a process to prep the paint.
Right.
Okay, that's the critical part, but even that's simple. We got videos that cover that, but when it comes time to actually apply the coating, like you said, if you can apply a wax, it's even easier. I mean, just side to side, up and down, which we'll put some links there.
Right.
And you wipe it off, and your paint's protected for 5 years.
Yeah.
What more could you ask for?
And it's protected, first of all, the big aspect of it is chemical protection. But the reason a lot of companies are just scrambling to get graphene in their formulation is for water spot resistance.
Yes, exactly. That's a big deal.
SiO2 gives a great protection, but the graphene not only gives you that great ceramic protection, but gives you water spot resistance. Now, it's not water spot proof. If you're parking underneath a sprinkler in the sun with a black car, 60 days a month, long month, but anyways, if you're
maybe in Canada, but US here it's like 30 days.
Yeah, no, but if you're parking every day of the month under a sprinkler, you might get water spots. But for normal everyday use, that is the real attraction to graphene.
Yeah, so any kind of contamination, whether it's water spots or it's bird poop,
right,
or it's greasy cheeseburger fingerprints, whatever it is, number one, it's much easier to remove.
Right.
All right, because nothing wants to stick to the graphene. And you have a much thicker, harder shell of protection. And ultimately, the goal with your car is to protect the paintwork when you wax it or you apply ceramic coating. So when you do encounter water spots or bird poop, you have a much thicker foundation of protection before permanent damage is caused.
Yeah, and with graphene, a lot of people go into, what's the percentage of graphene? First of all, it really doesn't matter. Secondly, you don't need a lot of graphene to do the work. I think it's 1 ounce of graphene covers a football field.
Yeah, it's extremely, extremely concentrated. So, a lot of times people like to get super technical and what's the percentage of this versus that versus this. Here's what you need to know. We have a reputable brand here, built by a reputable founder, Bob McKee, with myself. We have reputable people like Ivan that have used the product and thousands of other detailers.
Right.
And they say, hey, listen, you put it on the paint, what's it going to do? It's going to protect it and make it look phenomenal. So it's going to be nitty-gritty sometimes, but look at the big picture, because if you're too nitty-gritty, you're missing the point of this hobby in general.
Exactly.
And that's fun. It's protecting your car.
Right. And, who doesn't like driving a clean car?
We all do.
Yeah. Now, one thing, though, if your car has the odd swirl here and there, you're going to want to polish it. So we've got a graphene deep gloss ceramic sealant.
Exactly, and we formulated this, Ivan, because there's a lot of guys out there, and I've gotten feedback, tremendous feedback from customers, that all this stuff, it's all great, 5 years, 1 month, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Graphene this, ceramic this, they just want to wax the car.
Yeah.
Okay.
And something like this has a bit of body to it, so if you have those swirls, it has a bit of a filling ability.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, not like you're putting transmission fluid on the car, but old trick, or back in my day, in the used car days in the 70s, it was pledge. So if you're trying to sell your car, get some pledge. Yeah. But anyways, no, this, easy to apply. Once again, it's a nice cream, goes on like a traditional wax or sealant. So those of us that, like to meditate while doing wax on, wax off.
Keep it simple. If you just want to keep it simple.
Yeah, it works great.
It's phenomenal. So if you want to dip your toes into the graphene arena, but you don't want to commit to 10 different steps, or my head is spinning, what do I do?
Yeah.
This guy right here, the graphene deep gloss ceramic sealant, it's phenomenal.
Yeah. Now, the one product I haven't tried in the line, but that really intrigues me, is the graphene tire shine.
And I think, it's funny, I say this about a lot of stuff we carry, and I'll have to show some footage because we have a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm a tire junkie when it comes to cleaning and protecting the tires. Of all the parts of the detail, that's my favorite. I love cleaning the tires. I like seeing the dirt come out of the tires and putting the tire shine on. I find it so satisfying.
Right. I have a bus outside that's got 8, relatively small tires.
I think it's dinner time.
Yeah, okay, yeah. But no, if it's, like I said, this one I haven't used yet, but if it's like all the other McKee's tire shine products, and you seem to have a lot of them, he does have a fetish for shiny tires.
I do.
But they, it's going to be a great product.
Oh, it
now,
is,
what's the graphene doing for us in this particular?
So the graphene, it all comes down to the way it bonds,
Right.
the way it adheres. And this one was more formulated for fun. It was like, hey, let's see what we can happen, what we can make happen. And chemists, they really know what's going to work and what's not for the most part. But sometimes, especially our chemists, like to venture out and go, hey, let's try this. And my thing was, I love tire shines.
Yes.
Can we put a graphene in it? And I was like, well,
we'll try.
We'll try, sure. And this one took the longest to formulate because you want the right viscosity, you want the right sheen, you want the right, some tire shines, when you apply them, they can be kind of sticky. It had to spread real smooth. And what we accomplished with this, it's phenomenal.
So it's a no sling tire shine?
No sling. It's not going to turn the tires brown.
What's the durability?
Durability on this guy, and that's a good question. And, people tell me, they joked around that I answer like a politician with this, because the answer is not black and white. So
no, definitely not.
We have an Audi here that has all-season Michelin Pilot Sports.
Yeah.
Okay? And then you have a truck out there that's got 33s, 285, 70, 17, whatever that size is. It's going to be different for all different types of tires. However, if you clean the tires with the tire and rubber rejuvenator, and you put this guy on there, you can expect at least a month. Which, for a tire shine, that's a long time.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a very long time. And, if I've tried your SiO2 one, it's probably very close in application technique. So simple to apply, fun to use.
Yep.
And probably has a nice smell to it too.
And it has a phenomenal smell, And this actually, in terms of our tire shines and gels, this produces the highest gloss too.
Okay.
So, you can expect at least a month out of it. Multiple washes, through rain, you can drive through it, and it's still going to stick to the tire.
Yeah, and it can also be used on trim, tonneau covers, things like that for trucks.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. So you can use it, if you want to double dip, and because a little bit of this goes a long way.
Right.
This will last a long time, so like on my FJ Cruiser engine bay, I got a lot of plastic.
Yeah.
You just want to dress it up, and you got like a rag, spritz them on. It doesn't take a whole lot.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's a lot of different applications for it.
Well, thanks for showing me the line.
Oh, you're welcome.
Or, I already knew about it, but anyways, it's something that needs to be talked about. Like I said before, the whole industry is abuzz with the graphene, and unfortunately there's a lot of negative buzz. People saying, oh, it's just a scam, it's just a word that they're throwing on the label. With McKee's, it's not a word they're throwing on the label. Like Nick said, they were sort of late coming to the table because they actually did the R&D.
Yeah, it took a lot of time.
Yeah.
But the thing is, and I always like to point this out when I have the luxury of talking to someone on the phone or in person here, because we get too close to this, we get too scientific, we get too technical.
Right.
This is supposed to be fun.
Exactly.
This is car wax. Here you are in beautiful Florida.
Right.
We're filming videos in this gorgeous garage / store.
Right.
With an awesome Audi behind us. This is fun. So you can sometimes not take it so seriously, okay, and just enjoy the fact that there's something new to try. It works. Yeah. And that's part of the fun. It doesn't always have to make logical sense, like, I absolutely refuse to buy a tire shine because I already have a tire shine. It's fun trying new stuff out, right?
Exactly.
It's a hobby.
Right. And even for the professional detailer, there's always room to improve. And for the hobbyist detailer, definitely. Just you said, it's for fun. It's a hobby. We enjoy making our cars clean. When I was a kid, I'd ride Saturday morning down the street. Every other father was out there washing their car in the driveway. And we don't see that anymore. And I think that's a lost thing in our society.
You're right. It's therapeutic. And as men, it's, we like structure and discipline.
Yes.
And we like routine. And washing your car, keeping it clean, it's a commitment.
Yes.
It's a good commitment. It's
right.
It's a healthy commitment. So I just have one question for you before we leave. So you've been detailing for a long time.
Yeah, longer than you've been alive.
You're right. And I'm 33 at the time of this filming, so he's been detailing a lot. He knows a few things about that.
I've been detailing. I was in my 10th year of detailing when you were born.
Yeah, that's insanity.
Yeah.
You look pretty good for the math I'm doing in my head.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And I'm more of an English guy. Math is not my strong suit.
Yeah.
But so, Ivan, this graphene ceramic coating, this retails for over $100. We made it clear that it'll do.
Whoa, back up. How much?
At the time of this filming, the price is $149.99.
That is cheap.
That is cheap.
Because a professional product, you're looking for like a little 30-ounce bottle. Most pros are paying at least $200 for that little 30 milliliter bottle. Now, that's 120 mils or
4 ounces.
4 ounces, yeah.
And you can do
At $159, $149.
$149, which we can both agree will easily do about 6 or 7 of these
Yeah,
Audis.
easy.
As a detailer, as an instructor, what would you charge, Ivan, to apply it to something like this?
Well, it's the coating itself is part of the cost, but the big part of the cost is the prep that goes into it, the cleaning, the decontamination, the polishing, and the knowledge that the detailer has. And it's like the old adage where an old guy comes up to a ship that is in port and can't move, and just goes in, hits one thing with his hammer, walks out and gives them a $3,000 invoice. It's not the time he spent in hitting with the hammer that you're paying for. It's that the skill, the experience that you're paying for.
Skills,
right. So it took him 20 years to find out where to hit with that hammer.
So to put you on less on the spot, what would be what's the going rate right now, do you think?
So for a 5-year coating, most detailers are charging between $1,500 and $1,800.
And that's for like something like this Audi.
Yes.
Now, when you get to something larger, like a new Suburban, which is a school bus,
yeah, you're looking at $2,000 and up.
Exactly. So my point is, the reason I want to bring this up is, instead of saying, how much does this cost? How much money is it going to make you?
Yeah.
If you're a detailer, this one bottle, if you were to do 5 Suburbans, I mean, that's unbelievable money. And
even for the home hobbyist, if you're buying a brand new car, then do this. Go to a professional detailer if it needs to be polished, if it needs all that. But you're buying a brand new car, ask the salesperson not to even clean the car. Tell them you'll fill out the survey, give them 100% on the car was perfect when I got it, because they didn't touch it. Then wash it, clay it, do what you need to do, and apply the coating, and you're going to be so much more satisfied with your car. It's going to look phenomenal, for one thing, and it's going to be so much easier to clean. And the reason people are wanting coatings, what's the one thing we can't buy? Time.
There you go. Yeah.
We can't buy time.
Right.
And what a coating will do for you is save you time. You're not going to be going to the car wash as often. You're not going to be needing to wash your car. Now, you'll want to wash your car because it's fun, but you don't absolutely need to wash your car. A coating will do that. And when it comes to sell your vehicle, because Nick, I know he keeps his vehicles a super long time, at least 2, 3, maybe 4 months, but 5?
I have a New Year's resolution, 2022. I'm not going to buy any cars, God willing.
But SUVs, that's another thing. But no, basically, when you go to turn your car in, if it looks like this, it's worth so much more than if it looks like someone that's taking it through the car wash every week with the little brushes going around and maybe taking the dirt from the previous car and putting them on your car.
Well, exactly, and I can attest to that, Ivan. Selling cars, I try and sell my cars private party.
Yes.
Because you get more money. And as I've sold my cars private party, I tell people, I say, hey, by the way, this is ceramic coated.
Yeah.
And that right there increases the value. So whether it's your own vehicle and you can absolutely apply this yourself, you don't have to be an expert, or if you're a detailer, the going rates, like you said, it can be $1,800, but it can be a lot more if the car is in bad shape.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
You're talking, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 for something that's hammered.
Right.
Because you have a lot of work that's prepping the surface. So if you're a detailer, the coatings make you a tremendous amount of money.
Yeah, and your customers are going to be satisfied. That's the fun thing about coatings. A lot of detailers think, my customer's never going to come back. I'm going to put a coating on it, and they're gone for 3 years. No, your customer's going to come back. They're going to want to maintain their vehicle, and they're proud of their vehicle. That coating just increases the little heartbeat when you go up to your car. And when you're walking away from your car, when you have a coating on it, you're going to turn around and look at it and smile.
Yeah, and not only that too, and a detailer, and also an instructor, when you do charge someone a large sum of money, an appropriate sum of money, to graphene coat their vehicle, you want to get them on a maintenance plan. And for you, the detailer, a graphene coated vehicle, pretty easy to wash, right?
So much easier to wash.
Yeah, so you can set them up on a schedule, and you can even offer some kind of warranty for the coating if the warranty applies if I maintain it.
Yeah.
Then you get them up on a schedule.
And I've been applying coatings for 20 years. Nobody buys it for the warranty anyways. So,
no, they don't. They buy it for the way it looks, and but some people, they like that warranty. I want that piece of paper that has the warranty. It's like, okay, whatever. If I do that, it has to be maintained properly.
Exactly.
So if you ceramic coat 5 cars, and Monday through Friday, your routine is spending an hour or two washing vehicle you already coated,
Right.
that's easy money, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Really, and you can do it with the rinseless wash with the graphene formula. Have something like our Carolina detailing cart
Yeah.
in the back of your rig, a bucket, a sponge, and a towel,
And you're good to go.
and you're good to go. So there's a lot of opportunities, and Ivan has a YouTube channel as well. What's the name of it again?
Detailer's Business Academy.
Yeah, make sure you check that out. Subscribe to it because he posts a ton of videos that get in the nitty-gritty details about owning a detailing business.
Right. I don't do hands-on demonstrations normally, but you know, it is there for the business aspect of detailing.
Yeah. It's the nitty-gritty, like, hey, the technical aspects of running the business.
Right.
Because a lot of us can learn how to wax a car from someone like myself.
Oh, yeah.
But running a business, you need someone like this guy that can say, hey, I've ran successful detailing businesses. And in his classes, not only does he teach the mechanical aspect of detailing,
Right.
but the business aspect as well.
Definitely, yeah.
So, well, Ivan, it was great having you by. I know we really took a deep dive into the graphene collection. And if you guys have any questions, whether it's a genuine question or if you're just trying to, stir up some controversy, I
Stir the
encourage you.
pot, yeah.
Stir the pot. Leave a comment in the notes below. You know, there's a comments box. Don't be shy.
We love to answer them.
We love to answer them. I can answer any question you have, and so can Ivan. So
Yeah.
this is fun for us. And enjoy detailing. Take it seriously, but don't take it too seriously to where you miss out on things because of what people say on the internet or because of logic, meaning I
Yeah,
already
exactly.
have a tire shine. Well, what's wrong with another one?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, if you're like Nick, you have 20 of them.
Yeah, I do. I like my tire shine.
Yeah.
So. Well, Ivan, it was great
Thank you,
seeing
sir.
And be sure to subscribe to the McKee's 37 YouTube channel as well. Give me a thumbs up. Put a note in the comments box.
Yeah.
And more importantly, shop at McKees37.com. Our YouTube channel is
Yeah.
funded by these products. So
Right. So all the great how-to videos that Nick produces, you're getting those because you're buying from McKees37.com.
And the support, guys, we really appreciate it. So God bless. Take care, and we'll talk to you later on.
See you later.
Let's get detailing.
Yeah.
You know?